France 24, let's say hello to Kate Moody.
Hi, Francois. We're starting off here in France, where we're still getting reactions to the economic proposals that were laid out by President Hollande on Tuesday. Now, the headline, of course, was his so-called Responsibility Pact, which calls for a €30 billion reduction in payroll charges for employers by 2017. In exchange, he wants them to create jobs, bring down unemployment, which stands at a near record level of 3.3 million people. Now, in order to compensate for lowering those taxes, he wants to cut government spending by €15 billion this year and another $50 billion by the end of his term. Unions here in France have reacted somewhat skeptically to this new pro-business Hollande, but he's getting support, as we've heard, from some of his international counterparts, notably in Germany, as well as from the European Commission. Let's take a listen.
We believe that the objectives of the Responsibility Pact, as stated by the French president, do follow the lines and the recommendations we made last year, which were adopted by the Council of Ministers at a European level. The measures that have been laid down should strengthen the competitiveness of French business and have a favourable effect on growth and employment in that country. The same is true for us as far as the simplification measures mentioned yesterday are concerned.
Now, while President Hollande is turning to businesses, next door in Germany, we're seeing the focus shift from exports to domestic consumption. Official estimates released this Wednesday have showed somewhat subdued growth for 2013, but there's confidence that Europe's largest economy is on the right path. Sanam Chantier explains.
A weaker than expected economic growth for Germany. Europe's largest economy grew by a sluggish 0.4% last year, down from 0.7% a year earlier. There's expectation it will bounce back in 2014, with growth of up to 1.7%. It's largely thanks to the German people that the economy has grown. Households dug into their savings, increasing spending by 2.5% in 2013.
Clearly, growth is generated by consumption. Consumption has massively contributed to GDP growth. Other factors like investments reined in growth. So consumption is really the reason behind our good results.
Exports, usually a spearhead of the German economy, did nothing to contribute to growth. They were in fact down by 0.3%. Enough to kick off an international debate. The country has for a while been criticized for relying too heavily on its exports, yet Germans are lining up to defend their country's economic model.
The future looks brighter. That means the forecast for the world economy is better than expected. And that is great for German shares, because exports are very important to us.
Germany has proved a pillar of strength throughout the Eurozone crisis. But the economy skirted recession at the start of 2013, before picking up steam from the second quarter on.
Let's turn to the markets now, which have been boosted by a fairly optimistic outlook from the World Bank, which said the global economy is at a turning point and predicted stronger growth for 2014. That helped send stocks here in Europe clear into the green. Germany's DAX index closing up nearly 2%. CAC 40 here in Paris also up over 1% and beating its 2013 record. Now, one standout stock was Burberry, which closed up nearly 5%. I'll have a little more on that shortly. Wall Street saw its strongest performance of the year on Tuesday. Continuing that trend for the moment, the S&P 500 has hit an all-time high during intraday trading. Let's move on now to some of the business news that's been moving the markets. Burberry saw its sales rise 14% in the last 3 months of 2013. The British luxury brand credited new digital innovations and strong demand in China and South Korea. The results for the key Christmas period will be among the last for outgoing chief Angela Ahrendts, who will be joining Apple later this year. China Mobile has ordered nearly 1.5 million iPhone 5s to kick off its partnership with Apple. China's largest mobile provider is set to start selling Apple products to its 760 million customers this Friday. The companies have been promoting the new distribution deal, which was reached in December after years of negotiations, with Apple chief Tim Cook describing it as a watershed moment for his firm. And finally, we knew he wasn't happy about it. Now Kanye West has filed a lawsuit to stop production of the Kanye West digital currency. The rapper says that the creators of the digital coin, which was launched as a competitor to Bitcoin, brazenly admit using his name and likeness. The coin, as we see there, uses a cartoon image of him wearing sunglasses. The rapper is seeking unspecified damages for the impact on his reputation. I'll be back with more business news throughout the evening. For now, it's back to you, Francois.
All right, no reaction yet from 50 Cent, I gather. Kate Moody.